Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today I'm going to play with some of the in colours that come along on the 1st of May 2024. So already had a little bit of a play with Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash. And in some ways they kind of look quite similar. So I thought I would do a project that shows you how different they actually are. So I have this little box. I'm just going to slide the ribbon off because I'm quite happy with that bow. It's actually gorgeous ribbon. So I don't know if you get to see that, but it has stitched detail either side there, and it's quite soft and actually quite nice to tie. So my box. You can see that I have got both shades of card and ink, and it opens like that and has a little Yankee candle in there. Now I bought these on sale, so quite a few of them the packaging was ripped, and I thought, well, that doesn't matter for me because I can quite easily make my own gorgeous packaging, and I have. So I'm going to have another go, show you how to make this two-tone box. Let's slide that back on there. And you'll see that I have got some tone-on-tone stamping going on here as well. So I'm going to share with you the stamp set that I used for the box itself, and it is called Thoughtful Wishes. So I've used this one, and I used the thanks from there as well. But I used a different bundle's dies. So this is Unbounded Love, and I used those two stitched circle dies there for my sentiment. And I've got some of the in colour shimmer gems on there too. So that's what I'm doing. Swapping out those two ink pads and bringing in Pretty in Pink and Petunia Pop. And I've not even opened this yet, so I'm just gonna quickly slice off this film, and then you can peel up that corner there where it shows you. And then we have labels in various languages. And you can take that one out, whichever language you wish to use. And then I have that on the front there, so that when they're in front of me in my Stampin' storage, I can see what ink pad is where. So if you look in the background in quite a lot of my photos on my blog, you'll see that I've got stickers on there. Now I do know that some people like to have an extra sticker in there, so that when you've got your ink pads open you can tell which one is which. Great idea, and I keep meaning to do it and I keep forgetting. So that's the colours that we'll be using. I've already done the die cutting because you don't need to see that. But I haven't done any of the cutting of the card yet. So let me bring in my paper trimmer first off. And I've decided that this is going to be the base, and this Pretty in Pink, so this is Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink is going to be the lid. So I'm going to do the base first of all, because it's nice and simple. It is 5 3/4. Save that for something else. By 5 3/4. And again, that's going to get used. The lid is a little bit different. So the lid wants to be 4 9/16. So I'm taking that to 4 1/2 and then onto just the next little notch there. Let me see if you can see that. So we've got 4.5 and 4 9/16. Chop that. And then it's 5 3/4 again on the other side. So that extra little bit is what helps that tuck in the inside but still manage to go on the outside of there. Now I could do my scoring on here. I prefer to use my Simply Scored. I don't really know why. I think it's because when I do class prep, I do the scoring for the classes. And it's just so much quicker and easier when you're doing a whole load to use this, rather than lifting that guide up all the time. So this is obviously square, so we are scoring at 1 3/4. Just double checking. Yeah, that's not 1 3/4, that's 1 1/4, Heather. 1 3/4. If you ever do that, go the other side. Don't fully press it, but just take that out, and then I can go over it with my bone folder. You get a bit of shine, but that's all. 1 3/4. 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. Okay, we'll make that the back. Oh, don't know why I'm putting that away. I want to take this piece. So on the long side, that's our 5 3/4 side, I'm scoring that at 1 3/4 and at 4 inches. So we've got 1 3/4 either side there. Turn that around and I'm scoring at 1/2 inch on that side, and then I'm turning it all the way around again to score at 1 3/4. And that means that that tiny extra slither is in that section there to go over the top of the box. That makes sense? So, got my 2 pieces. I'm just going to flatten that out a little bit more. So these pieces will be hidden because they're my tabs. That bit you will see, so I will make that the back of the box if I remember. Okay, so you can either burnish now or stamp first. I'm going to actually stamp first. And on my petunia pop, that is going to be the bottom. I think I'm going to change the stamps actually. Let me just see, making things up as I go along, and I'm suddenly like, oh, I wonder if that would work. Does that one fit? It's maybe a little bit too small for the top, but we could do that one around the edge. Let's do that. Let's do it. All right, let's mount that up. Try and get it kind of straightish. There we go. Right, now I want to do a little bit of masking. And I have masking sheets and all the rest, but I just find Post-it notes are just quicker and easier sometimes than bringing out the big guns. Right. First time used. Oh no, I have used this one. That. I like to play around with my stamps when I get them. So, oh no, I've just done that the wrong way around. Okay, let's just turn it over. Because this is the base, Heather. Shall I start this again? No, let's just carry on. So, from there. And that was why I was using my Post-it note, because I don't really want it on the base. It's such a silly nilly. Ah, dearie dear. So I make all the mistakes so that you don't have to make any. I think that's how it works. There's always two sides to a piece of card. Right, that's better. Let's burnish it that way now. We've got a little bit of a design inside. It's still going to be in the back. Also means there's a bit of a story if and when I gift this to someone. Go, it's very pretty, but don't look inside. So, ignore the fact that this is stamped. This is the inside. And I'm cutting up there, a little wedge off, and a little wedge off that side there. Okay. Now, if I was to do this side, then we'd have an overlap there. So I'm just going to turn it around and cut. Oh, up there. I think my scissors need a bit of sharpening. I actually got a brand new pair to use. There we go. But I like these ones because it's got all my dangles that people have made for me. Which is so sweet. And then up here. And so the base is just bog standard, really. Do you often say things and then think, where does that saying come from? I do. I don't think about it for too long. Don't worry. Right, let's just build this. And then we'll see how pretty it is going all the way around with the flowers going the right way. I really hope that all my mistakes don't put people off. I just get a bit overexcited sometimes and a bit carried away and don't think things through. But I like to think I'm providing a service, that I'm showing you what not to do. And if you do it, how to fix it without wasting cards, because I am Scottish and we're rather renowned for our thriftiness. And there are some stereotypes I don't mind playing up to. There we go. Isn't that cute? And the flowers go the right way. Adorable. You can't see much of the stamping inside because of the flaps I've put there, so be cool. Right, okay, lid. Let's get rid of that. Bring in this. And I think with this one, I'm going to... I'll use this. Yeah. We'll use this. It's not quite big enough to do the full thing. So, as with this one, I stamped that bit and I stamped that separately. And I'm going to do the same again. So let's cover up the middle square first of all, and this is fine because it is the right way up. So I've got my top little hinge piece there. Always good to check these things first. Right, this is a brand new ink pad and never used. Put that there. Oh, it's so pretty. And there. And I'm just going to move that along. And you get the picture. I'm going to move that along. Just, oh, it doesn't matter actually, it's a hinge. It's fine. And then this one. Gorgeous. Right, and then I want to do the top piece. And I'm going to splurge out and use 2 more sticky notes. So I'm just lining them up at the score line. Not over it, but just at it. And that way I can do a little bit stamping over the edge, rather than just having one stamp in the middle. So cute. I can reuse those. Right, so we've got a little bit extra cutting to do on this. So we've got our normal cut from the bottom. In fact, let's burnish these score lines so we can see them a bit better. Easier to burnish them before they're cut as well, because then you don't have to do 3 separate bits, you're just doing 1. Okay, right. So I am going to cut, let me just double check with this. Yes, I'm going to cut up here. Did you see that? I was double checking something before I did it. It's such a smart thing to do. To do it more often, eh? Right. Okay. So we've got those. Then at the top here, I'm going to take out those 2 pieces there. And I'm going to take a tiny little wedge off there, just so that it's easier to slide that in to the back of the box base, and then straight along there. Okay, now these bits are going to go under there like that, so they need to be shortened down so that we don't have that overlap. Okay, so I'm going to go just under half like that, and then do little wedge there, little wedge there. Same with this one. Little wedge and a little wedge. Okay. Then we get into the unusual bit, because as you may remember, we've only got half of that, so I need to cut from there to there. So I'm going to bring in my bigger scissors, so it's easier to do it in a runner. So lining up my blade there and there, like so, and then cut from there down to there. Tuck that out the way. Blade there, lined up at that corner, like so. So now we have some bizarre shaped, it's like I'm trying to make a paper aeroplane or something very badly. And I forgot to do my little cut, my little wedge there. Oh no, I did. It's just very tiny. I don't know. Make it a little bit more obvious. There we go. Right, so where's the back with the scored bit that I got wrong? That's the back. I'm going to add some glue along there. All right, and then I'm going to line up that score line with the top of the box. So you can't really go too far down because it stops you. with the sides. Slide that in, lining that up. Give it a little press, make sure you're happy with it. Happy that that's kind of in line. And then give it a good old press down. Okay. Then bring this around. Take that out of the way. So as you can see, I've actually left my score line in there. So I might need to trim that off, but we'll see. Glue on here and on here. And keep those nice and tight in at the side whilst you bring that down. And actually it's okay. In fact, I'd nearly say perfect. There we go. So we have our lid that hinges like that. I have another little candle. I can pop in there. And then that just goes over the top like that. Then we'll quickly do the stamping with Petunia Pop onto Pretty in Pink. I'm quite impressed I'm remembering these names. And then I'm going to layer that up on the larger circle from Unbounded Love dies. I love, love, love that they nestle so sweetly with basically just the stitched edge showing. Gorgeous. Right, and I'm just going to glue that down there, and the reason I did it so far up is so that you could still read it when I've got my ribbon on, because I needed to have ribbon. Doesn't need it to keep the box closed, I just needed it because it's pretty. Right, so that there. Quite like the thanks at a jaunty angle, actually. Yeah, let's do that. It says, make things up as you go along. Right, and then I need me ribbon. So, which ribbon do I want to use? I think I'll go with the lighter one. Go with Pretty in Pink. Oh, it's got a little bit of glitter on there somehow. I don't do glitter. Where that's come from. Right, so a little bit. Pop that in. And let's try for a bow. And loop round the back, through the hole, and try and flatten that out. I'm going to chop off my excess just now. I can trim it again in a minute. Oh, all the way through would be good. Right, let's have a little faffet. Shorten me loops first. And pull them out again. Tighten that knot. It's not too bad, but it's not great. Oh, just went straight back to where I didn't have it. There we go. That'll do. Let's just tease that one to come out like that. So I can move that up a little bit. And then just chop off those ends. So sweet. And the final bit was some bling. So there are 2 lots of embellishments in these new in colours. These shimmery dots, and there's also some matte ones as well. All right, I'm gonna go big with the Petunia Pop and a little Pretty in Pink, and then a little Petunia Pop up here. And there we go. We have 2 new in colour boxes showing you how well these colours work together. The only colour I have not used so far is the Peach Pie. So I'll get round to that. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll give this style of box a go, and remember to stamp the right way up. And if you're new to my channel, please do click on that subscribe button, click the bell, get notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Until then, please do take care. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.